Good morning, good people. How we doing? How we doing? You know what? I may just try to adjust this camera, but maybe not. Maybe not. The camera's good. The camera's good. Welcome back. Welcome back. Just want to start off by saying I got my banana this morning. I have my cup of coffee this morning. This mug says blessed because I am truly blessed. If you don't realize it, if you woke up this morning, you are blessed. Then perhaps you're not as blessed as you know you are. You know, I got my number one dad cup pouring some water right now, but just wanted to come on to get things started. And I'm gonna eat my banana, have a sip of water and a sip of coffee, and I'll be back in a second. Y'all hold tight. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. We're back, and I got a little more coffee in my system and a little more, and I got that banana in my system and a little water. So y'all, excuse me, y'all eat your fruit. Eat your fruit, drink your water, move around, exercise or whatever. I just want to come on real quick and show you guys and girls, ladies, gentlemen, a short little clip of a video I made yesterday. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward it a little bit. Let's move it up about right here. And this, if you look at the title, it's titled, "Sometimes Stress is Good for Us and Plants." And these plants that you're looking at on the screen, even though they're a little mixed up, as you can see, this plant here on the right looks different from this plant. Now, each bed is supposed to have specific plants, but obviously this one has round leaves. This one has like more frumpy, leaves. I think this is a collard green, and I think this is a Brussels sprout. And this is supposed to be my Brussels sprout bed right here, y'all. Anyways, let me play this and I'll come back in. Let me play this real quick. Y'all hold tight.
Store outside being shaded by the building by Home Depot. So it wasn't getting sunlight. It wasn't
back it up.
Care. They needed sunlight. I'm first year growing the Brussels sprouts, and this is my Brussels sprout bed, but I think I got 2 collard greens in here, that big one there. And maybe this one here. But I'm saying that to say that these plants were under a lot of stress. I'm talking tremendous stress. They needed water bad. They needed some love, some care. They needed sunlight. I mean, they were in a corner, in a dark part of the store outside, being shaded by the building by Home Depot. So it wasn't getting sunlight. It wasn't getting any kind of water. And but I say all that to say this. Sometimes stress is a good thing. You think about your kids. You think about your own life. And some of the most stressful times in your life can turn out to be such a learning lesson. I mean, you won't even remember how stressful it was, but when you're in it, you can't see any daylight. And afterwards, once you come through it, you appreciate life in general. So much more. And so I just had to make this video just to let you guys know that if you're going through something right now, which a lot of us are, if you're going through something right now, just hold steady, keep your head to the sky, and know that once you get through this, you're going to be a stronger person. Just like these plants. Just like Tiny Tim Jr. If he makes it, boy, that's going to be, I guarantee that's going to be probably one of the best Brussels sprouts I've ever had in my life. I think it's a Brussels sprout. Might be a cabbage, might be a collard green. I don't know. You can't.
Okay, so yeah, let's get back to the story, and I'll talk a little bit more about this. Y'all hold tight. Hold tight. All right. So yeah, that's the video I made yesterday. If you want to watch the whole video, go to my page, check it out. It was about, I was just observing my plants as I was watering them yesterday, and I was noticing that they're starting to thrive finally after over a month of being in the ground. But when I first planted these plants, they looked not great at all, but it's my only option. But being a gardener, this is my 5th year gardening. I know that plants that go through stress, once they figure things out and get rooted and get established in the ground, they thrive. Same thing with people. Same thing with humans. Sometimes you got to go through the fire to get to the beach. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's get right into it. We're going to pick it back up in the green here. Y'all, time is 7:43. We're going to start it off right here. While Jacob and his father were out fishing and being careful of mother alligators, Edna Wallace and her daughter Sonia were at home beginning the regimen of cleaning and cooking for Suge's birthday party. "Sonia!" Edna called from the kitchen. "Sonia Marie Wallace." "Girl, where did you go?" she said to herself while searching through the cabinets for different spices. Rightfully so, she'd been worrying about her daughter in particular for the past 2 weeks. It had been that long since a co-worker's daughter ran off. What in the world am I? Oh, my fingers in the, I hit the capital button. It had been that long since a co-worker's daughter ran off with a man nearly twice her age. Growing up in one of the most conservative Baptist homes in Green Pond, a small, close-knit community, it was deeply instilled in the woman that a young lady should always conduct herself as just that, a young lady. And until the day of marriage, and even afterwards, the chores of being a good wife and caring mother should always outweigh any urges to live a worldly life. But long before hearing the news of the co-worker's daughter through a friend down at Piggly Wiggly, it had been her everyday duty to pry into any affairs of Sonia. As of late, the heat had been turned up a bit, and the poor child was hating life. "I'm in the bathroom," the girl yelled back. "Dang, every time I start doing something," she followed, speaking soft enough so that her mother wouldn't hear. At the moment, and like so many other times, she was in the mirror, leaning in close, searching with the precision of a heart surgeon for more blackheads and pimples to dig out and scrub away. Cleaning water vapors from the wet glass in the hand that was used to wipe the mirror. What? Cleaning water vapors from the wet glass in the hand that wasn't used to wipe the mirror. She held a steaming face cloth that reeked of alcohol and Noxzema, a concoction. I just gotta highlight Noxzema. I don't know what kids use to. I gotta put a note for Noxzema. But see, I don't know what year this is gonna be yet. This, I wrote this story 25 years ago, so I don't know what year. I don't know if I'm gonna bring this forward to 2010s or 2020s, or leave it in the 90s. Now, if I left it in the 90s, most adults in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and so on can relate to this story, and it may be a bit of a it may be a bit of a relief to a reader who is trying to get away from technology and social media and all that stuff. But on a second thought, for a kid who's a teenager or younger, reading this story, they wouldn't be able to comprehend Noxzema, maybe, and some other things. So, when does the story take place? When does the story take place? Okay. A concoction made to rid pimples, at least in her mind. Let me back it up a little bit. Cleaning water vapors from the wet glass. I gotta. That's gonna be a little bit longer of a pause there. So, cleaning water vapors from the wet glass in the hand that wasn't used to wipe the mirror. I get it. This part of the sentence, I needed to pop a little bit more. This may be a temporary fix. I'm waiting for the English professors to come on, and the writers, and the people that actually know how to put sentences together. Cleaning water vapors from the wet glass in the hand that wasn't used to wipe the mirror, she held a steaming face cloth that reeked of alcohol and noxema, a concoction made to rid pimples, at least in her mind. Wow, did y'all hear that? I hope not. I ate that banana and now my stomach is asking for more. Okay, cleaning water vapors from the wet glass in the hand that wasn't used to wipe the mirror, she held a steaming face cloth that reeked of alcohol. That reeked of rubbing alcohol? That reeked of rubbing alcohol and noxema, a concoction made to rid pimples, at least in her mind. Knowing that her mother wouldn't stop at just one outburst, she turned off the hot water and draped the rag over the faucet before moving to the hall. "What do you want, Ma?" she snapped while getting nearer to the kitchen. "Oh, I just wanted to know where you were, that's all. I thought you done ran off." I keep saying, "I thought you done ran off. I thought you done ran off." "I thought you done ran off being so quiet." "That sounds better," said Edna as her daughter peered into the small kitchen, red cheeks over a tight frown. Momentarily, she stared at the back of her mother's heavy frame, peeved. Momentarily, she stared at the back of her mother's heavy frame. Peeved, she slowly rolled her eyes while simultaneously turning to move in the opposite direction. At age 14, I'm gonna just say 14. I'm not gonna put the half. At age 14, and with raging hormones fueling a never-ending supply of emotional instabilities, she'd fully entered into the life of adolescence, her second year of teenhood, with a certain kind of meanness. No one was exempt from the girl's sudden wrath of anger, but her pestering brother Jake paid for it more than anyone else. It was only 2 weeks before when she slapped the daylights out of him for simply being in her room, or rather, it could have been that simple had he, or rather, or rather, it could have been that simple had he not gotten caught looking through her diary. A week before that, she kicked him in the back after he called her a pizza-faced zombie. Then there was a time she choked him until the boy nearly went unconscious. The assault had come after the girl had caught her little brother listening in on one of her conversations with Keyshawn Edwards, a boy she spoke too highly of in Jacob's opinion, and too frequently about, and a person her parents knew nothing of. Needless to say, anytime Jake was out of her hair was a wonderful time for her. The friction between the two siblings wasn't always there, however. There was a time when she shared an unbreakable bond. Okay, y'all know what's happening. Right now, the editing thing is kicking in, so I'm trying to read and edit at the same time, and it makes for a very, I know for anybody who's watching these videos, seeing me read this horrible, and this is supposedly my writing, you're probably thinking, what is he doing? And I gotta explain this almost every video. I'm reading and editing at the same time. That's why I'm like, I'm trying to stay focused. But if I stay too focused on what I'm reading, then I overlook things, and then I'll come back later and be like, how did I miss this? So it's a process. That's why doing this type of, making this type of writing a book in this manner while recording yourself on video, you got to be built for this. And I don't know if I'm built yet, but I'm getting there. Gotta pour me some more oil to lubricate the brain. And a person her parents knew nothing of. Needless to say, anytime Jake was out of her hair was a wonderful time for her. Okay, needless to say, anytime Jake was out of her hair was a wonderful. I got time. I wrote time 3 times. 3 times. Time. Needless to say, anytime Jake was out of her hair was wonderful for her. You don't need that time. It was wonderful for her. The friction between the 2 siblings wasn't always there, however. There was once a time when they shared an unbreakable bond. Okay, that's fine. These days, they rarely showed each other any type of affection. Both Edna and Henry were sure that their daughter's entrance into womanhood was the root cause of her not so loving attitude and why she was treating her brother so cruel. Now that Sonia was older, she paid close attention to her nails, hair, and all sorts of prissy things, as Jacob would put it. As Jacob had put it. Okay. But according to Keyshawn, it was all these things. It was all those things. It was all those things and more that made her so beautiful. That made her so appealing. In reality, had it not been for a few unwanted blemishes, her face would have been flawless. But like many teenage girls experiencing puberty, she couldn't see past those few imperfections. A false portrayal of high self-esteem was how she got through the depressing times and all else that came with being a young woman. Okay. Alright, that was a struggle. 18 minutes worth, 19 minutes worth. But we're going to take it back up. We're going to pick it back up right here, y'all. Or should we? This may be a 19-minute day today. This may be a 20-minute day. Yeah, because I just don't feel like going back over it again, y'all. Not on camera. Not out loud. And you're gonna have these. I'm gonna have these days. I woke up with a headache. I didn't sleep well last night. And for writers. For anybody who's not only writers, but for anybody who's I got a trumpet right here. Can y'all see that trumpet? No. Let me show you my trumpet. For trumpet players, for any type of musician, for athletes, for race car drivers, for basketball players, for gymnasts in the Olympics. Anybody who's trying to do something and they know they can do it and they practice and all these different things, you're gonna have good days and bad days. This is not necessarily a bad day. It's just I got 20 minutes, and I told you guys from the beginning it's gonna be 15 minutes. I'm gonna do 15 minutes. Sometime I'll go past 15 minutes, but since I said that, I hadn't gone under 15 minutes. But this is where we're gonna stop it right here, and we'll pick it back up tomorrow. And we may get past all of this tomorrow, but right now we're gonna stop it. So y'all, thank you for stopping by. This is Anthony L. Kelly. By the way, if you hadn't seen my t-shirt already, this is my second published book. Jaja, my nephew, Jaquin, made this t-shirt for me when he was just a little boy. Now he's a young man. Anyways, till next time, y'all be blessed. I'm out.